I'm not sure how we got here. I had no idea I was even going to do this. Here we are. It's been a long time coming. With my matcha. And welcome to my YouTube channel. That sounds so weird saying that. That was quite strong actually. Let me get a straw. That is much better. I have thought about this for the longest time. Always found, and still always find, that I just need a platform where I just can speak to. I just want it to be authentic. I just want to be able to speak, just yap and just drink a matcha with you guys. But this is more me. I absolutely love makeup. I've always just been completely obsessed with it. I am a regional makeup artist and I've just always wanted to make beauty content, which I do on my social medias, but I just wanted to find and have a platform where I could come to and just yap. And I've got it in my own head that I can't yap on Instagram, but I feel like this is gonna become a safe space. And I hope it's a safe space for you to come. So I thought, what better way to get ready and get glam while I yap to you guys. Let's get into it. I've pulled everything out from my dressing room because the lighting in there is just absolutely horrendous. So I have a spread of my everyday makeup here. I'm not gonna lie, my brushes, they've seen better days. We're not gonna judge. This is a safe space. I have not had time to breathe the last couple of weeks. I travel with my job. If you can't see behind me, that's a suitcase, ready and packed to go tomorrow. That's my favorite part about my job, is traveling. But it is the case of living out a suitcase and not having time to do things like wash your brushes. Don't be like me. I'm starting with the eyebrows. So we're going straight in with an eyeshadow palette. Okay, this is from Hourglass. It's in the Minimalist. And I know what you're thinking. Caris, why are you using eyeshadow palette for your eyebrows? I actually ran out of a pencil one morning and I had nothing to do my eyebrows. So I was in a panic, I was in stress because I was getting ready for work. Of course, I have no time to run out and get an eyebrow pencil. This was the only thing I had as an option. So I used it. I feel like I am more of a powder than pencil girly for my brows, just because I like them a little extra sometimes. I mean, I have had them laminated before and only recently I've stopped having them done because my eyebrow hairs were literally falling out. Does anyone else have that problem when they get their eyebrows laminated, or is it just me? Because I fear if I carried on having that done, I would literally have no eyebrows by the time I'm 25. A little bit of backstory. They look crazy, but trust the process, okay? I'm of course from Wales, if you haven't actually gathered that already. I moved away about 4 years ago. I'm 23. I moved from home when I was 18. I moved away to study at university in Birmingham when I was 18. I just decided one day, I thought, you know what? I'm gonna take the leap. I'd done beauty therapy at college when I was younger. I love doing makeup. I love playing with my mum's makeup. I done my family's makeup, my family's hair, my family's nails. Like that's where it all started. Love everything to do with beauty industry. I was training to be a beauty therapist. Very early on discovered that that was definitely not going to be the route for me. I love having a massage done. I had one today actually. I had a deep Thai massage. I'm sorry. Whole other experience. She was stood on me, even massaged my butt. My whole crack was out for show. Like my whole butt crack was out. She massaged it. I had a great time. While I was doing that course, that it was definitely not for me. I just hated massaging. I never even thought about going to university. I was like, no, none of my sisters had been, no one in my family had been. Yeah, it's just nothing I ever really thought about. Like, my mother is an absolute dream and she never actually pressured any of us to go to university. Oh my gosh, I've just chipped my Hourglass blusher. Oh! It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. I'm just going in with the Huda Beauty Concealer in Cotton Candy to carve out the brows. Just always not imagined my life at home. I know I always wanted a lot more than what was there. I didn't know how to go about it because I was like, what do I do at university? I mean, in school, I wasn't really the brightest, I was gonna say the brightest book in the sky, but brightest star in the sky. Am I okay? We are gonna get there. Our matcha today. It's gonna give me the pickup that I need to get me through this. The Hourglass number 5 brush, it's just like a flat brush, and I'm just gonna carve out the eyebrows. Never wanted to go away to university, so I actually just stayed at home. I was working like 3 or 4 jobs at the time. Also built up my makeup freelance. I worked from a salon where I rented a chair like every weekend. So it took me like a year to build on that, as well as working another 3 jobs at a time. I always worked in hospitality growing up because it was my first ever job. And then I kind of not got stuck, but I suppose I just never seen, not another way out, but I never really imagined like setting up my own business, because at the time I didn't know much about setting up a business. I was kind of just doing freelance. I rented a chair, I was doing freelance every single weekend, built my clientele up that way. I just got to the point where I was like, this is not what I want anymore. I loved having different girls in the salon every week. But at the time I just wasn't, I find like when people were booking me, I was dreading doing it, which sounds really like, a business owner for me, I was kind of like, I shouldn't like not look forward to doing this. Like, this is something I have a passion for, like makeup and beauty, and doing this is something that I really like had a passion for, but I suppose didn't excite me anymore. I had COVID over Christmas one year. I worked on Christmas Day. I'm just gonna go in with the Illusion Primer Moisturizer, also from Hourglass. If you've got dehydrated skin, or if you just need your makeup to stay all day, this Illusion Primer is going to be your best friend. I never actually believed in a primer until I tried this product. It is just, you have come of a facial, I'm not even joking you. 10 different hyaluronic acids in there. Anything with hyaluronic acid, drench my whole body in it, please. Dries down with a bit of a grip. It dries down, really gonna allow your foundation to do it all day. I'll even wear this on the days that I'm not wearing makeup. Today was meant to be a no makeup day, because as you can imagine with my job, I went full glam every day. Days that I can let my skin just breathe. But this is best of both worlds. You can wear it with and without makeup. Who doesn't want 2 in 1? I've actually got my baby back. Hourglass Ambient Foundation. When I need a foundation to last me all day, and I know it's gonna look exactly the same from start to finish, this is exactly what you need. Gone with the shade number 6, which is actually quite light for me, because I'm getting to the point where I need to start wearing my shade. I haven't got fake tan on. I'm sick of wearing fake tan and having to fake tan when it's washed and done a blow dry. Don't tell me I don't already treat you. Getting in the way. I'm sick to death of fake tanning. It sticks to my elbows, it sticks to my knees, sticks to the back of my ears, and I just look dirty. It makes my hands look extra dark, and it's just not pretty. We're just gonna have to embrace this paleness right now. I'm going back in with the number 5, number 6, but this is like my holy grail in terms of it airbrushing the skin. Medium to buildable with like a satin matte type finish. I have 10-12 hour days, and I can always rely on this foundation. And I'm just using, again, the Hourglass Vanish brush just to really press it into the skin. I prefer more of a flat brush. Just look at the difference. It was ill over Christmas. Me and my sister done COVID testing. This is how far back we're going. My sister worked in a COVID testing job for a steelworks company. And I just, hang on, let's just take a second before I carry on yapping. I haven't had this foundation for the longest time because I run out. I've been waiting for it to come in the post. I forgot how much I love this. And it's actually a good colour. We went into work on Christmas Day. We start work at 4, finish by like 9-10 I think it was. It was up early, out early. It was one of them where we just tested the workers coming in the mornings. And we were on our way, and I remember I even took a video of it. I've still got the video to this day. Doing the swab, and we had to just sit there for a couple of minutes to obviously wait until the COVID test came up to see if it was positive or negative. As a joke, I filmed my sister and I was like, oh my god. She goes, what? I said, it's positive. Life of me, right? I cannot be serious for long enough. Like, I tried so hard, and she just knew straight away I was lying. So we both just started laughing. She was like, don't do that, that's not funny. I was like, okay, fair, not funny, because can you imagine? I dried her. I had to give it to her because she double checked to see if we just have one line. So I handed her mine, and she took a closer look, and she was like, I think I'd gone downstairs at this point, actually, ready to work. Because I was like, yeah, there's no way. Like, I didn't feel ill, had no symptoms, whatever. Carried on with the day. I've gone downstairs ready to work and she's calling me. She's like, you need to come back upstairs. I think this is how it went anyway. She might not remember this story the way I do. I can't remember. It went some sort of way like this. Calls me back upstairs. Karis is positive. Faintest line on this COVID test on Christmas Day. And I thought, oh my God. We have Christmas Day at ours, so obviously everyone was coming to ours on Christmas Day. I'm going in with the Pink Honey Bronzing Face Frosting. This is in the shade Cookie Butter. Cream bronzers, cream blushers, and then go ahead and set them with the powder. Apply on my forehead, on my eyelid, because I don't really like to do that much eyeshadow. Some bronzer on the eyelid. I just like to take and carve the cheekbone. So I'm just gonna take it down nostrils. I'm going in with the Hourglass angled brush. This doesn't actually have a name because these are the limited edition ones. Slightly angled and it's quite dense, so it really presses and buffs the cream bronzer into the skin instantly. It just melts. And I love the fact it's got coverage to it as well, because I like to wear this on its own with no foundation. If no makeup look, I think that's gorgeous when you're on holiday. I'm gonna use the other end and just take that. What better way than to just do my makeup and chat to you guys? I feel like this is free therapy. For someone who's grown up watching YouTube, I've thought the longest time. I've been wanting to do this for the longest time, and here we are. I thought Christmas was ruined. I was like, it's over, everyone's gonna hate me, no one's gonna talk to me for the rest of Christmas and New Year. I didn't ruin Christmas, but in my head, ruined Christmas, honestly, the worst. So dramatic. Spent like a week, I think 2 weeks in quarantine? Craziness. We were put in lockdown. It was a really crappy time. I didn't have a good time. I don't know what I was looking on, okay, but I just knew, into the realization, I was like, I don't want to stay here anymore. I just feel like I really outgrew where I was. I want to move away. So how can I just get up and go? Where would I go to? I knew nothing. I didn't know where to even start. Like, where do I go from here? So I'd done some research and I was like, right, I love makeup, I love beauty. Maybe growing up, I always had a dream of wanting to work on like a film. I always looked to do makeup for like TV, film, TV shows. This is the only thing I've actually tried and liked from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Beautiful Skin Lip and Cheek shade Sunset Bronze Glow. Slightly just above where we've put that liquid bronzer, the number 15 Hourglass blusher brush, and I'm just dipping that into the skin. I was in around and I was like, what do I do? Where do I go? I don't know how to just get up and move. I had my friends, I had my family, of course, but I had nothing that was holding me there. I always felt like I wanted to flee the nest, and I never seen my life in Wales, I'll be totally honest. I always had a drive and a feeling I'd be living in the city. Growing up, I always wanted London. Like, I'd visited London as a child and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is amazing, like it's a completely different world. Maybe a couple of changed opinions on that now. I'm just going back in with my foundation brush that I used and I'm just dabbing that. Don't be afraid to go back and forth with the products that you've already used. I'm just picking up the same foundation brush. I'm not adding any more product and I'm just pressing that over what we've already done. That kind of diffuses out the product, get rid of any type of harsh lines. Let's just have a little. These are strong. Oh my god, chaos. Then I'm going back in with this Huda Beauty concealer in the shade Cotton Candy. I flick between this one and my Hourglass concealer. You'll not go to any other concealer ever. On the inner corners, so the areas that you want to stand out, so you really want to pull the center of your face out to add that structure and dimension back into your skin as well. These are the areas that I just want to brighten, so that's going to be my under eyes, my nose and my chin, and maybe on top of the lip. I just like to take on the outer corners as well, just to give the eye that. I just like to give this a couple of seconds to dry. I'm just going to leave that sit a couple of minutes. I looked about and I was trying to find like different ways that I'm like, okay, I need to get out here, but I don't know how to. I ended up seeing Birmingham University and that was the first thing that popped up. It was the first thing I seen and I thought, you know what, let's go for it. I remember doing it like it was yesterday and I just clicked apply. I went for it and that was in the December. Didn't hear anything, didn't tell anyone that I'd even applied. I completely forgot, I'll be totally honest with you, just because I never have I've always had a drive to do big things. Going to university wasn't one of them. I've just never been academically smart. We've got to where we have now, so that's a positive. Email in the March to confirm that I'd got in. And then I told my mum, bless her soul, I literally remember it out like it was yesterday, and it just breaks my heart. I didn't realise, I think at the time, because I was so excited and a new chapter, that I was just like roaring to go. Until you move away, you don't realise how probably took things for granted, that even little things like seeing my family every day, definitely took that for granted, whereas now I'll go months without seeing them. Like the last time I seen my family was like 6 months ago. So things like that I really took for granted. I just remember her crying. Her baby was moving away. I got in the March, told everyone I was leaving, working my 4 jobs, my freelance business, everything built here, and then I just had to kind of up and leave. But no, I wasn't scared. This is a brand new chapter for me. This is just going to be amazing. Just going in with the Hourglass Ambient Foundation brush. I'm going to blend this concealer out. By the September, I started university. I never ever thought, looking back now, I'm like, that went so fast. The specialist hair media makeup course. At the time, that's what I thought I wanted to go into. More TV, film, special effects. And I was like, okay, this is amazing. Like, I'm going to be doing special effects. Like, I'm going to be on freaking Harry Potter. I'm gonna be on Harry Potter, and I'm gonna be on the set, and I'm gonna be doing the makeup. It's going to be insane. Later realised, guys, that life is a trial and error, okay? And do not be afraid to switch things when you try them and you don't like it. I think that's one thing I've carried through life with me so far, is to not be afraid to change a job or a career or a course that you don't like. Like, there's nothing wrong with change. Like, change is good. I know it's scary, but don't be scared to make the change, because that might be the path for you. At least you're not living with regret thinking, why didn't I try that? Went ahead, we done the 2 years. First year, I loved it. Second year, I think I went through a lot mentally in my second year. My first year of uni, I actually lost my nan, which was a really hard time for me. For me and my family, to be honest. Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Concealer. This is slightly smaller, so it's more angled, and it's made to mimic your fingers, so it really allows you to get in all the little cracks. It's a really hard time for me. I practically worked full-time there within the first month of moving away, and I'm just going back and forth with the same brushes just to fuse that out. So I'm going back in with the same blusher brush to make sure fused nicely. Through a really difficult time in my first year, lost my nan, so I was juggling a full-time job. I was traveling back and forth to Wales from Birmingham. It would literally be like drive there within 1 day and come back within 1 day just to care for her. Drive back and forth, work as well as do a degree. At the time I was kind of in fight or flight mode, because it was just like, right, I've got to get there, I've got to do that, I've got to do this and be back and work and study and get my exams in. Like, it was a lot. The Hourglass Veil Translucent Powder. I will not touch another translucent powder ever again, a loose powder ever again, apart from this one. This, all finely milled, I can't even explain to you. It's all the caffeine I've had today, I think. Just making sure all the creases blended out before I set it. Because think, if you're setting your creases in place with the powder, it's just gonna set your creases in place. Just make sure that everything's blended out nice and seamlessly. In with a powder puff and set. The weather, I don't know about anyone else, I'm all for summer. I just want autumn, pumpkin spice candles, autumnal shopping, cozy blankets. I thrive for it. Look at the way it just instantly lifts and blurs. Like, who doesn't want that in a powder? I want every single one of them. Into the second year of uni, and it was just a really hard time. Throughout that year, I realised that I didn't want to go into prosthetics. I wanted to do more like editorial and fashion rather than like the prosthetics. Just didn't have the patience. The Hourglass Luminous Light Ambient Lighting Powder. Think of your powder as your makeup insurance. If you're not setting your liquids, then your makeup's just going to slide straight off your face. You can see that, or whether the lighting will show that. Rather than a powder that's matte on the skin, this will still add radiant and a glow within, so you still have that natural skin-like glow. I had to realise that I did not want to do editorial and just had no patience. I didn't enjoy it. I'm taking the ambient lighting powder. This is actually powder, but just a darker version. I use it as a bronzer. This one one you're gonna get, you've got more of an angle, so you've got more precision as to where you're applying it. So that means you've got more control as to where you're applying the product. Something like this is slightly fluffier. You can always use it to dust it on your forehead, but I think angling it down your cheekbones and your chin, especially the cheekbones. Then applying it here where you really want to lift the cheek. Applying that with this brush, you might not get that lifted effect, and it might apply it slightly below where you want to actually apply the product. Application a little bit lower than you actually want it to, so your bronzer might end up being a lot lower, which is down here. You want that structure and that lift by a nice angled brush like this, so you can really have control as to where you're applying the product. With everything that I'd gone through in the previous year, don't think I gave myself enough time to grieve and actually process everything that happened, because I was literally on fight or flight. I was going through a lot of things with my health as well. I got diagnosed with PCOS, potential endometriosis in that year. My body was changing. I'd lost my period. Like, I didn't know what was going on. I was going back and forth to Wales because that's where my doctor still was. It was a lot. I was trying to juggle loads of different plates. It was hard. It was I think mentally I was just in a really tough place. And then I actually decided I wanted to top up onto a different degree. I didn't feel like I was pushing myself to learn anything new. I'm always someone who strives for more. Like, I just want to be constantly challenging, like giving myself a challenge, and I don't feel like it was challenging me. So, okay, let's swap. I topped up onto digital marketing. I had to cram 4 years into one, which really was character building. I felt like I just lost my spark with it. Even with work, when I was doing makeup, like, I just fell out of love with beauty for such a long time. And when I moved into a new role and a new job, like, it just kick-started that for me again and led me to where I am now. If it wasn't for the job I ended up getting into and then getting a promotion when I finished uni, I wouldn't have moved to Manchester. One thing about me, I can never just use one blusher. Ambient Light and Edit palette. As you can see, she's loved. She is loved. This highlighter, oh my gosh, it was a dream, and I'm so sad that I've hit pan. I've literally got the tiniest part there. Veil double-ended brush. I'm just gonna swirl in the peach and the highlighter. Rather than applying it in the apples of the cheeks, just taking it slightly higher, more of a lift, because if you're smiling like this and you're applying it on the apples of your cheeks, then you will eventually drop, so that's just gonna drop with it. Just look at that colour. The IL Makiage Mineral Baked Blush shade Toxic. This is like the peachiest, light reflecting. Again, anything that's light reflecting, it just enhances your skin rather than having like a matte flat look. Like, uni never felt like home for me, and I think that's why I was constantly on fight or flight mode. But to be able to move into my dream apartment, would be able to call it home, it was just a dream, and I feel like everything just fell into place exactly at the right time. Just having the same 6 months has been nice, I suppose, because getting used to my surroundings. I'm still getting used to Manchester. To be on the outskirts and not be in the chaotic, like, city environment. I just love the countryside. The Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. It's gonna lock your makeup all day. Go in with a light mist, so that's gonna kind of the hydration and kind of marry all your products together. The that you spray, the more dewy your skin's gonna be. I am putting you on this. I don't know if anyone's ever tight lined before, but the difference of tight lining, the way it makes your eye pop, oh my gosh. But just look at the difference that makes. Under eye, number 11 smudge brush from Hourglass, and I'm just gonna smudge that out. Just a light smoked eyeliner. I want the outer corner of my eye to really lift. I'm gonna go ahead with some mascara and some lashes, and then I'll be straight back. I just don't think I could survive without a half lash. Like, it just enhances and ties everything together. Does that look? I will not touch any other mascara apart from this one. It's like a 2-in mascara, so it literally coats every single lash hair without making your lashes look clumpy. A little bit of hot water with this, and it just crumbles off in the shower. It's the most satisfying thing. I just love it. This weather literally cannot make his mind up. It was black clouds and thunderstorming, and from the time I've been sat here, it's been black clouds and raining, literally blue skies, and the sun shining. Hourglass Shape and Sculpt Lip Liner in Uncover. I've gone through about 10 of these. I think I've completely dried the warehouse out of these lip liners because this is my favourite colour ever. These are the only lip liners I've probably tried that do not budge. There is nothing worse than when it completely like separates around your mouth and it just looks like you've dipped it in like a chocolate cake and you just haven't you haven't wiped your mouth. It's so creamy. That is my favourite colour ever. I want them all. I'm going to go in the centre of the lips with Phantom Blur Balm. It's in the shade Spell. It's going to enhance like the centre of my lips. I always like to go lighter. It gives more of like an ombre effect and make them look a little bit fuller. Usually when you think of matte, you think of like dry, but I can't even explain the texture or the formula on this. It's literally so creamy and lightweight. I feel like that step makes such a difference. I'm finished with our gloss. I'm such a gloss girl. The glossier the lips for me, the better. With such a dewy finish on the skin, gloss on the lips, you just can't go wrong. Going in with the Rhode Peptide Lip Tint. This is in shade Salty Tan. I wish I had a salty tan so my lips can have it instead. Yeah, I like to go in with like the whole tube on my lips. Love it! I'm going in with the Victoria Beckham stick highlighter in the shade Pearl. This poor thing's on his last legs. Like a highlighter that looks wet and still looks like skin. Oh my goodness. Plumped, it makes your skin look juicy. Miss Vicky B knows exactly what she's doing. The Hourglass number 16 got like little stipples at the end, so it diffuses it into the skin. I've got to show you guys. Please tell me you can see that. Oh, and that is your completed look. I have found this so therapeutic. Grace Beverly, she's got her own podcast and it's called Working Hard or Hardly Working. Everything she's built from herself for herself is just incredible. And she launched a podcast, something like How to Engineer Your Own Luck. Listening to that podcast, I had a shower after it and I was like, I'm gonna do a YouTube. She just put me in the right mindset as if you're not doing the things that you want to achieve, then how do you expect them to come to you? I feel like I've just been stuck in a rut waiting for things to come to me over the last couple of months, which is fine because like I've mentioned, I haven't been in the same 6 months, so I've really been trying to slow down and just enjoy where I'm at. Okay. I feel like me is coming back and I'm excited for her. I feel like spit coming out of my mouth. Am I okay? Am I dribbling? I'm excited for this new chapter. This was a little therapy session from me to you. Whether this is actually going to be uploaded, I don't know. Really good way for you to get to know me. Thank you so much for joining in. If you have made it this far, then I'm very grateful for you. But I will link all the products that I've used down below in the description box. I will see you very soon.